All right, let's get to it. It's Karsch Anderson Mock 2.0. Now, the way this works is we have the list of the pool of players most likely to be available for the Lions at 6. So we have some players that are ineligible, picks that we would veto at 6. Same thing for 18. So let's start with the ineligibles. At 6, you cannot draft quarterback, Bryce Young, Alabama. Quarterback, C.J. Stroud, Ohio State. Defensive end, Will Anderson, Alabama. Or defensive tackle, Jalen Carter, Georgia. That could change if yesterday's news, but for the purposes of what we're doing today, wait to see how that's going to play out. We're going to rule him ineligible. Everybody else is eligible for the pick at 6.
Okay.
You cannot trade the pick.
No trades.
We all love the idea of trades.
Course.
We love them.
But there are no trades.
But unless you have a trade proposal, a partner, and you know what you're getting back, it's impossible.
You don't.
Right?
So no trades.
No trades. So if they're stuck at 6 and Young, Stroud, Anderson, and Carter off the board, who do you want? At 18, here are the ineligibles.
Oh, already.
The 4 that we've already mentioned.
Sure.
Plus quarterback Will Levis, Kentucky. Cornerback Devin Witherspoon from Illinois. Cornerback Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. Offensive tackle Pete Skoronsky from Northwestern. Offensive tackle Paris Johnson, Ohio State. Defensive end Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. And defensive end Miles Murphy from Clemson. Are we missing anybody that we should have on our ineligible list?
I don't think so. Every receiver is available, and I think the reason is because we've seen a number of different receivers go number 1. I don't think there's a consensus.
Right.
Number 1, Quentin Johnston looks like he could be, but I've seen where Smith and Jigba goes ahead of him and Jordan Addison. So, yeah,
we're going to go with that group. Now, the last time we did this, the people's pick. Should we announce it for people who forgot, or should we'll just roll?
We'll roll with it.
All right, Gator. I will go first. So without those players, I'm looking at positions of need and players that I love. There isn't the perfect guy here, and you do hope that Will Levis is still on the board and somebody really wants him and you can trade back. But with that said, we can't trade, as we've pointed out. So the pick is in. And with the 6th pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, Illinois. I've heard him referred to as the human hit stick. I like that. He's great in coverage. The only concern there is size, but we'll see how that plays itself out. At 18, there is a guy that is climbing up draft boards, and I'm going to be intrigued to see if he stays on the ineligible list as we get closer to the draft. But the pick is in. And with the 18th pick, the Detroit Lions select defensive end Will McDonald, Iowa State. I really want to go after linebackers in free agency and take advantage of the 2nd-round picks to go after linebackers.
Who are you taking?
Will McDonald from Iowa State. Great Senior Bowl week, rising up draft boards.
Linebacker?
I'm sorry, defensive end.
Defensive end?
Defensive end. Linebackers I want in free agency.
You sure don't mean Lucas Van Ness?
100% positive. Have you not seen this guy?
I'm sorry, Iowa State. Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
Will McDonald. No, I have not seen him.
Okay. Yeah.
We got fixated on the Iowa part.
It's okay. You are on the clock, Gator.
Yes, and the pick is in. With the 6th selection in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select defensive end Tyree Wilson.
Ooh.
Texas Tech. Now, my decision has changed over the last, I would say, 48 hours. After listening to what Dan Campbell has had to say at the Combine and hearing what Brad Holmes has had to say from the Combine. And really, it's a Holmes comment that he said something to the effect of, they're not going to change what they do. They're looking for players with talent, and it doesn't necessarily have to line up with the actual need of this team because sometimes they just don't jibe up there. And I think when it comes to talent, Tyree Wilson is the guy that, I mean, you can't pass up. He's got all that talent, and I think he's very close to being on the gotta leave him off. Can't have him at 6; he'd be gone. So I'm going to go with that. Also, it ties into my thinking of what can happen in the offseason, which is I think they're going to sign a linebacker, and then I think that they'll also do something like a corner, but that leads to the pick at 18. And right now, my pick at 18, because I don't know. My guess is that they might trade the 18th pick for Jalen Ramsey, but we don't do trades.
Nope.
So there's no trades. So because that would have been allocated for our corner, I'm going to say Joey Porter Jr. at 18.
All right. I am waiting with bated breath to see what our guy Khang is going to do.
See if anything's changed.
Well,
Gator changed in the last 48 hours.
I did. I wonder if Khang could change.
Just to be clear, this is what we want the Lions to do, right,
Yes.
for this mock draft.
Yes.
So the pick is in with the 6th overall pick.
Does he go quarterback here?
No, it's 6.
With the 6th overall pick, the Detroit Lions select Tyree Wilson.
All right.
I had been on the Devin Witherspoon bandwagon early on, but I really feel and want them to address the cornerback situation through free agency. Whether it's Sutton, Dean, or Bradbury, I feel like when you do that, you can go with the best talent available, and that's Tyree Wilson. Although they do have a lot of guys on the edge already. Depth is good. Pascal, they like him, but maybe he's, how bad is that injury? Houston was a 6th-round pick. Is he just a specialist? But right now, for sure, you have Hutch. So you can get another guy to line up the other side of him.
Very similar thinking, my friend.
Here we go. Buckle up.
With the 18th pick, the Detroit Lions select
Don't do it.
quarterback Florida,
come on.
Anthony Richardson.
No!
Although I do not think he will be there. In this Karsch Anderson mock draft, he is not vetoed. And if he's available, I am running, not walking, to the podium to select my draft and stash quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
He's running, Doug.
He is running.
I will not be running as fast as Richardson because he's that good. Bo Jackson playing quarterback, essentially. But, yes, that's my pick. And we address the rest of the defense through the rest of the draft.